Chapter 6544. Let alone a female designer in Aurus Hill who has just started and is unknown. So, she said with a smile, today's party has invited a top designer, who was personally invited by the head of the Mitsui family. I wanted to introduce you to her, but I think the gap between you two is too big. So forget it. It's better this way, so you don't feel uncomfortable. After she finished speaking, she turned her eyes to Sasaki Sachiko with a hint of sarcasm in her eyes, and said with a curled lip, Sachiko, you wasted 3 precious places and invited these unpresentable friends. Have you ever thought about how to explain this to Grandpa? There's nothing to explain. Sasaki Sachiko said lightly, since Grandpa gave me 3 invitations. It is my freedom to invite anyone. What's more, you are not qualified to comment on my friends. Miki scolded, idiot. Grandpa gave you 3 places so that you can invite people who are well-known and helpful to the future development of the family. Not for you to use them to invite some insignificant friends to come and see the world. Do you know that Tawana has always been very picky about social circles? If she knew that some insignificant people had sneaked into the party that the Mitsui family carefully prepared for her, where would the Mitsui family put their face? Elsa's expression suddenly became a little angry. She didn't expect that Miki had been playing tricks on the 3 of them, especially Charlie and Claire. She called them to meet the stars, but she didn't expect that she didn't see the stars, but was insulted by this crazy woman first. Claire was not easily angered, so she just felt a little embarrassed in this situation. According to her personality, she just wanted to get away from this aggressive woman. As for Charlie, he had seen people who like to show off and pull down others in the past 2 years. So he didn't want to pay attention to Miki's sarcasm. He speculated from Miki's attitude towards Sasaki Sachiko and some information in her speech that Miki and Sasaki Sachiko should be cousins. Their grandfather is the same person, and there must be some kind of competition between the two. So Miki deliberately wanted to pull down Sasaki Sachiko on this occasion. Sasaki Sachiko didn't know how to refute Miki's provocation for a while. She didn't want to argue with Miki, nor did she want to embarrass her good friends Elsa, Charlie, and Claire. So she quickly said to the 3 of them, "Let's go over there and have a drink. Come, please come this way." Miki saw Sasaki Sachiko was about to escape and immediately sneered. What? You want to run away just because I said it? I tell you, Sachiko, I will tell Grandpa about this as soon as I go back. You'd better pray that these inferior friends you invited will not make Tawana uncomfortable. Otherwise, you, the eldest granddaughter, will be the shame of our Sasaki family. After that, Miki turned around and left here without waiting for Sasaki Sachiko to speak, and walked towards the core circle in the middle. Sasaki Sachiko quickly apologized to the 3 people. I'm really sorry, Elsa, Mr. Wade, and Mrs. Wade. Miki is my cousin. She has always been strong and often offends people with her words. Please don't take it to heart. Claire and Elsa both said that it was nothing, while Charlie's attention was still on Sasaki Miki. At this time, Miki Sasaki had just arrived at the periphery of the core circle. Her arrogance just now was swept away, replaced by a humble smile. After bowing to many people in succession, she stood beside the crowd with a smile, listening to other people chatting, without saying a word. Charlie only realized at this time that there was a familiar face in this party full of strangers. So he pointed at the woman in the crowd and asked Claire, "Wife, who do you think that person is?" Claire looked in the direction of Charlie's finger and suddenly widened her eyes. Oh my God, it's Kelly. The Kelly in Claire's mouth is Kelly West, the most famous female designer in the world and one of the most famous designers in the world. When Claire was able to go to the United States to participate in the master class at the Rhode Island School of Design, it was Kelly who approved a place for her. The reason why Kelly was so good to Claire was not because she and Claire were so compatible, but mainly because of Stella's face. Stella is now very powerful. She is the head of the Fey family. Although the strength of the Fey family is not as strong as that of the Yin family, let alone the Rothschild family. Its overall strength is far above that of the Ito family, and it can also compete with the entire Mitsui family is now equivalent to a large federal government. For the federal government, although they nominally control the entire country, the states also have great power. Although the core family of Mitsui leads the entire Mitsui group, the states below are not what they want. But Stella is different. The entire Fei family belongs to her. Although the other members of the Fei family also have the surname Fei, the assets they control belong to the Fei family from a legal perspective. If any of them is disobedient, Stella can make them get out directly. At this time, Claire obviously didn't expect to see Kelly here. She was surprised and suddenly remembered what Miki Sasaki said just now. And said with emotion, "It turns out that the great designer Miki Sasaki mentioned is Kelly." Charlie smiled and said, "Let's go and say hello to an old acquaintance." Claire hurriedly said, "There are too many people, so forget it, husband. I guess Kelly is talking to someone else. Let's go and say hello when she is alone." Charlie shook his head and said, "What can Kelly talk about that is more important than your face? Let alone her, even if Stella is here, she has to be your foil today."